Greetings and salutations, race fans, motorsport lovers, and others, and welcome to a new world. Welcome to a world that we didn't think that would come to pass. I'm coming to you from the Hasty headquarters in Fourways, but and with me is Andrew Horn in the parks. Andrew is your proxy,
Hello,
so
Colin.
Andrew, thank you very much for joining us. And Andrew will be looking after all the comments and queries. And if you're looking at your screen on the left-hand side, we have one of the happiest bike riders in the entire world, Dakar stage winner, Ross Branch. Ross, thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Raceday.tv.
Colin, thanks. It's a pleasure to be back, and thanks so much for having me on the show.
You know, we spoke to you when you won, just after you won stage 2 of Dakar. But before we go there, just some housekeeping. Yes, racing with petrol has kind of stopped, but virtual racing carries on, and the gees of racing lives hard with us at Raceday, and we will carry on with that. If you have any questions for us, any comments for us, looking for any insights, just put them in the comments line. He's your proxy, and we hope that Ross will read them out. Right, back to you, Ross, in Botswana. We've got a geographically separated show. Very, very interesting. So, Ross, after you won stage 2 of Dakar 2020, you had a smile on your face. Your smile is bigger now. Congratulations on Monster Yamaha factory racing driver.
Yeah, it's the Monster Energy Yamaha Rally official team. So no, thank you very much. It's a dream come true. You know, a lot of hard work and dedication, but not only from myself, from everybody around me. And yeah, you know, I've just got back from Portugal where I got to test the bike for the first time, and it's really amazing. I'm really happy how everything's going.
And what's it like compared to the KTM that you had been driving? If there's two things that stand out, if there are, what would they be?
You know, it's a totally completely different bike. So it's you know, there's some pros and cons from both sides, and you know, I'm just really happy with how comfortable the bike is and how everything works really well within the team as well. You know, so it's not only about the bike; it's also with the team. And yeah, like I say, I'm over the moon. I had only could afford 2 days over there because of the coronavirus, so I had to get back home and self quarantine. But you know, those 2 days were amazing. The bike was fantastic. The people there are really good, and I'm looking forward to a great.
So you actually are self-quarantining in Botswana at the moment?
Yeah, you we just got to keep safe, and we got to self quarantine for 14 days and just make sure that everything's okay. And you know, it's not the worst thing. I need to chill out a little bit, and you know, still do everything from home, gym at home, go running, and yeah, just trying to stay indoors and stay away from people for a while. And yeah, just hopefully the virus will let us start riding soon. And you know, I can't wait to get on the bike. It's like a kid at Christmas, you know. I just want to get on and go riding, but unfortunately, during these tough times, we can't at the moment, and hopefully it'll be soon.
Look, it certainly has changed the world forever. And, you know, my kind of feeling is that certainly not before the end of May, America is hoping they have Indianapolis 500, 31st of May. They're really hoping that they can get that in. But whatever it is, it's going to be a long time. Have you got a Yamaha in Bots with you?
Unfortunately, not at the moment. You know, we need to do some testing just so they could get the bike ready for me. But it is on its way, so hopefully it'll be arriving in South Africa soon, and then I can go and collect it and come home and just do road books for a while.
It's going to be fantastic. But let's just wind back a little bit, because this didn't start with a phone call or an SMS, WhatsApp a couple of weeks ago. You've had a dream of being a factory driver. You've grafted your bum off. You worked very hard. And in the build up to Dakar, talk us through, when was the first contact made and how did the negotiations go?
Yeah, you know, I think it started already in October last year from Rally du Maroc, where I finished eighth and was one of the World Championships. So the guys were pretty impressed. And, you know, it was a really tough decision with KTM, which feels like a lifetime. So it was really tough. But it's like I said, it's been a dream of mine to be on a factory team, and now is the time that I need to go and start trying to win as many rallies as I can, give it my best shot. And I felt that this was definitely the best option to go with the factory team. And the rest of me, I've got to get on the bike and do the best I possibly can. So all in all, it was a really tough couple of months of negotiating and talking about and how everything's going to operate. But it all came together in the end, and I'm extremely proud to be on the team and really happy and looking forward to the future.
Tell us, is Kevin van Beveren still going to be on the team next year or this year?
Yeah, there's four of us that'll be on the team. It's myself, Van Beveren, Andrew Short has joined the team as well, and Franco Caimi from Argentina. So it's gonna be a really cool team. I think it's all of us are from different parts of the world, and exciting. I met Andrew Short now when I was in Portugal, and we get on really well, and I definitely get on really well with other guys as well. So yeah, all in all, it's a really good deal.
You spoke a little bit early.
There was a question exactly on that topic of, have you replaced anybody at the Yamaha team specifically, or is it an addition to?
Unfortunately, Xavier de Soltrait left the team. He left the team, so there was a slot open. And I don't think they wanted to replace any of their riders. I think it was just the timing that worked out in my favor, to tell you the truth, because there was a spot. So no one's been replaced, just addition to the family.
And each of you bring a different set of skills. So you've got a kind of a mix up of different skills in the team, and that's got to bode well for the cross country championship.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're all going to work well together, and it's really nice having from all around the world. Just different nationalities bring a different. Each person brings their own kind of vibe to the team. So I think they've got a really good team, and hopefully it's a winning team. We're going to definitely do our best to get some good results and find the Southern Africa flag high.
Yeah, but you still got to fly the Bots flag. We claim you as a South African, but definitely a Southern African. And I tell you what, the whole country of Botswana must be super, super proud of you.
Yeah. They've day of my riding career. So, when the news broke last week, it went crazy. But it's definitely my home, and really, really happy for me. So I'm excited. Things good at the moment, apart from me not being able to ride for a little while. But I'm excited for what's coming.
So Ross, if you have a look at the calendar, we think that I don't know. Maybe from June things will start freeing up. What races are on the calendar for you this year before the big one, which is Dakar 21?
Yeah, the plan was to do all of the rounds of the World Championship rallies, but unfortunately Abu Dhabi was cancelled. That was supposed to start tomorrow, actually. That one will probably be the desert race for me. There is round 2 in Kazakhstan on the end of May, but at the moment we're not too sure if that's going to happen. And after desert race in June, we'll be heading over to the Silkway Rally, and then we've got Brazil and Rally du Maroc before Dakar in January.
That's quite a full program, and Silkway being properly different and also super long and challenging.
Yeah, they say it's longer than the Dakar, and the weather plays a big role there. But looking forward to it. I've always wanted to do Silkway, and last year was the first year for the bikes, and I was sad that I couldn't get it. Now is a new opportunity for me, so we got to take it and see how it goes.
Now, there've been some talk about new rules for Dakar next year, limiting the top speed of the bikes, number one, and the what's it, a virtual or electronic road book. What are your feelings on both of those?
The limiting of the speed, I'm not so happy with. It's It is Dakar, and it is crazy, but we have to do something. It was really bad this year with the amount of accidents and unfortunately people passing away, which is sad. So it's gonna work. It's gonna work good. It's gonna work well for the sport in general. The electronic road book started. Really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, it is gonna take away like a bit of the fun for us. Where we have to mark our road books and get everything together the night before, but I think they're going in the right direction. We're not having a speed limit as such. We're going to have just a couple of things that we have to put on the bike to limit the power. So the horse is going to be a big thing that they're going to limit. So probably be limited to about 2 horsepower. So it's going to be a big, but they're already working on it. Yamaha's already working on it and testing some of the things soon. So it's exciting. It's exciting times for rally in general. And we'll see how it goes. At least it's going to be the same for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing about being the same. Andrew, you've got some questions.
Yeah, just going back to what you were discussing with Ross's full program, there was a question from Jeff Latham asking if you're going to be riding in PE, and I think a broader question being, are you doing any local riding, sort of in the near future? Obviously, people would like to come out and support because I think everybody's tremendously proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely do some races. I'll try to do all the races that don't clash with any of the rallies, obviously. And with the teams go ahead, they're pretty strict on a little bit soon before the race. So I'll just have to get their permission. But I definitely, I'm sitting at home and I love seeing everybody. We're like one big family here. So being at home and racing is really awesome. And that's the fun part of the riding. So definitely want to do a couple of races and hopefully get back into the motocross scene and do a couple of motocross races as well.
I mean, that's the weirdest thing ever. You got a rally raid guy doing motocross. Cool.
Yeah, it's the love of the sport. As long as I'm on my bike, then I'm happy. So anything I can do, I will do for sure. I'm looking for just being on the bike and being with all my friends is what it's about.
Whoever's got petrol or tires, we love it.
Petrol with fitness?
Sorry, say that.
Does the motocross help with the fitness at all?
Definitely. Motocross is the main thing. Even last year, I was training a lot of motocross just to try and keep fit and a lot of time on the bike. And it helps with your reaction time. It's extremely important of the rally racing, definitely.
And that the motocross stuff must help when things get a little bit tight and tricky in some of the cross country races.
Definitely. It plays, and motocross teaches you a lot of things like cornering skills, and if you can keep your corner speed up, in the rally, if you can get one corner quicker, then you make up a lot of time at the end of the day.
Yeah, carry that speed onto the next section. Ross, you mentioned
Definitely.
a little bit earlier about when you choosing the Yamaha team and saying that it's the team to go for. Interesting that Honda winning last year was I think, almost like the, 4-minute mile or 3, whatever the thing is, a barrier has been broken in that KTM has finally been beaten at Dakar. And we know that the Japanese are, I mean, they're really, really keen on winning this thing. So that adds another dimension into joining Yamaha.
Definitely, they haven't won the rally in a long time, and they're desperate for a win, and they want to go for the win. So they chuck in everything they have at it, and to work on the bike as much as they can, and getting a good team together. It's not only about the winner; it's about everybody on the team that plays an important part in rally racing. So they're trying to get everything together, and I think with Honda winning now, it's opened the door definitely. And I think they're going to put everything they have to try and win in the near future. And it's good to see, competitive good thing. And, I think every single team now knows that it's possible to beat KTM. And, KTM are definitely going to come back stronger and harder than ever because they've lost this one. So I think the next couple of years is going to see something fantastic in rally racing.
We're really, really looking forward to it. I mean, It's a long way away, and we haven't even had a race this year. But and I'm just talking about Dakar. But geez, with luck, Raceday.tv has with luck, we may just see you in Saudi. But back to
It'll
the
be amazing.
family. Oh, I think it'll be freaking, yeah, it'll be fantastic. So, Henk, if you're listening in the control booth, no pressure. We've got to get the I's dotted and the T's crossed and the stuff done that we need to do. You mentioned a couple of times that word family has come up, and the feeling of the races in South Africa being a family, the family of Yamaha, and going back to, let's bring it a little bit closer to home. How's Mrs. Ross feeling, and how chuffed is she?
Over the moon, I think my whole family is just, and I think we've all been working towards this for a really long time. Not just myself, without them, this would never have been possible. They've helped me through the bad times, and you've been with me through the good times. So, for all of us, it's a relief. It's a dream come true. It's a lot of hard work ahead of us. And, we're all ready to put the work in. And I think it just shows that you never give up on your dreams, and anything is possible. So all of us, it's not just me. There's a big team behind me, and everybody's been so supportive, and it's amazing. It's really, really good for me and everybody else around me, and definitely my wife, who's been the punching bag through the bad days, and been there through the good times with me. It's amazing. Both of us, we're really, really happy, and like I say, ready to work hard and see where the rally takes us.
But we know that she, you make light of what she does for you, and we know that she's the rock that keeps the home going, keeps your girls, looks after your girls when you're away. And no successful motorsport guy can do what they do without the family support. So go and give all of them from Raceday a hug for us tonight when this ends. Andrew, you've got more stuff.
Yeah, we've got Menno Havila that's joined us, and he says, "Good luck, Ross. We're looking forward to seeing how you're doing on the new bike." Which brings me to a question from me. Do you have any personal goals looking ahead? I think everybody's sort of peak interest is the Dakar. Do you have any personal goals now with a factory ride, looking at that event for next year?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've learned a lot over the past 2 years that I've been doing the rally. So for me, I've definitely got some personal goals. I definitely want to get into the top 10. It would have been possible this year without the bad luck, but that's rally. It's anything can happen. So I would like to go and try my best for a stage win. I think that helped my confidence a lot. So try get one of those early on in the race, and try see how well I can do, and mix it up with the guys, and get some good results on a daily basis. Maybe try and keep it a bit more, equal throughout the rally, not so many up and downs, like going from a win to crashing my brains out. Yeah, definitely. Consistency is going to be a big thing for me this year, and obviously going into Dakar. And I have to run with the top guys now. So we've just got to put it all together, and make sure that I stay on two wheels and not injure myself during the rally. It's a big thing as well.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Ross, I can't wait to see you in action again. And I think from our point of view, it will probably be the desert race. And I've got all my fingers crossed, and I'm just hoping that the vaccine comes out and we can all get it, and then we can come to Bots to watch the cars, the cross country cars and the bikes, and it's just a race I'm really, really looking forward to.
Oh, we'd love to have you here, and looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing you guys soon.
So, Ross, look after yourself, defeat that virus, finish your self isolation, and then ride like the wind. Thank you very much for taking time out for us. Give your wife and your girls big hugs from us, and all the very, very best for the future.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for having me on the show, and see you soon.
And from
Thanks,
Andrew
Ross.
as well. He also says thank you very much. Be well, Ross.
Thanks, guys.
What an
Ross from there.
awesome opportunity, hey, Andrew?
It's fantastic. I think, and also for him to take the time out of his schedule to join us from Botswana, even with a bit of a connection there, we know it's difficult, but yeah, I think the way he performed at Dakar, it brought a tear to my eye. I thought it was fantastic.
The emotions were unbelievable. You know, we spoke to him on the night when he won, and then the next day crash, and then the ups and downs. But I suppose that's the cycle of racing. If it was easy, the Girl Guides would do it, but it's not. It's super hard, and that's why heroes like Ross Branch do it. What a guy! What a absolutely fantastic. So we go to our next segment. Driving all night. Is it Miss Daisy, or Celine Dion? Trevor Bland, thank you for joining us.
Well, I really hope it's neither of those two, to be honest. But hi, guys. How's it going?
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks a lot for joining us. We've got Andrew Horn, who's going to take some questions and queries. Because, Trevor, tell us where you are and where you're going and why you're going there.
Currently, I'm sitting in the car in the beautiful little town of Craddock. I'm on my way down to PE. We were meant to have the first round of the endurance series this weekend. Unfortunately, we all know why that's been cancelled. I'm not even going to mention it. The weekend was cancelled, but we figured we had booked accommodation. We had cars ready to go. So let's go down and do some testing. We got the track for 2 days. So, we'll go down and do some testing, do some practice pit stops, and put myself and Kara back in the car and see how it goes.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. That kind of can-do attitude probably is a signature of Trevor Bland racing, where you're involved in multiple formulas, from endurance racing to the Uttinger Polo Challenge to rallying, and now the Super Cup.
So we were lucky enough. We got the new Polo Super Cups, or Super Polos, were delivered last week. Super Polo, that's what it is. Paul Hill, one of my great customers, has purchased one of the cars, and we're done with us now to PE this weekend. We figured why not do some testing in it as well. I mean, we got the opportunity to use the track, so the Super Polo. I must tell you, Volkswagen have done such a fantastic job with this little car. Wow! I was able to drive it yesterday at Swartkorp.
Yeah. No, carry on. It looks fantastic, and I just wanted to say, don't forget to tell us that how it was driving it at Swartkorps yesterday.
Yeah, so we went to Swartkorps yesterday, did a few laps just to check. I don't want to go all the way to PE if there were any issues. And wow, what a little car. We had a few little issues, not issues, just still bedding in brakes and getting everything to work. And I think we did a low 7 already in the car. There's no development, setup not done. So those cars are going to be really impressively fast for what they are.
That thing's going to lap Swartkorps 64 seconds?
I reckon on a good winter's morning, 64 is easy. Summer day, 65, it's impressive.
That's bloody quick.
I know they've built it. Oh, it really is impressive. A front-wheel drive Polo, it's fantastic. It's really what I think the country needs after. It's a nice step from Polo Cup to GTC 1, if I can call it that. So I think it's really... Volkswagen have done such a fantastic job with this little car. It really is impressive.
Look, we know that you're pretty tight with Volkswagen, and not to blow smoke up Micro's bum, but I've just got to say the support and the effort and the drive that he puts into, and Volkswagen SA and their motorsport division put into local racing is bloody awesome. And starting this new class, and from what I understand, Trev, it's the concept is that any manufacturer can come along and build a car on an equitable playing field. Same gearbox, same brakes, same turbo, same intercooler, same basic stuff to make it relatively easy for other manufacturers to be competitive. It's not just for VW.
Well, yes, that's the plan. So I was fortunate enough. I went down and helped build the cars beginning of February. And the concept is great. So everything we've done is you can buy it. So the pedal box, every manufacturer on the same pedal box, the same management, engine, 2-liter turbocharged, power output you can use. Body kit is allowed to be so wide, so high, And so Volkswagen have done a fantastic job on it. I know a little birdie tells me there is another manufacturer trying to get involved, and there's good talk of it. I know there's other manufacturers that are biting at it, but I'm also sure that after the first race, there's going to be so much more interest with these little cars. 11 cars have been built, 11 cars have been sold already. So it's fantastic, guys. Really, if you've got the money to buy one of these little cars, I promise you will not be disappointed. They are phenomenal little cars, and they are fast.
And talking about money, I'm told it's somewhere in the region of 750 grand ex-VAT. That, for a car that does 64, say 65 seconds at Zwartkops, it's, even if it does 66, that's got to be one of the best value for money propositions in racing in this country at the moment.
Colin, I agree with you 100%. And it doesn't end there, because even with that, the running costs are going to be so much lower than any other imported vehicle that you're going to bring into the country. I know Volkswagen's got a whole parts van that's going to travel the country with the car as well. So if for some reason, which I very much doubt, an engine breaks, there's an engine in the truck, there's doors, there's fenders, there's bumpers. Exactly how Uttinger Polo Cup works, they're running the same way with the Super Cup. And I think it's fantastic that Volkswagen's put the effort in, and it's looking after everyone who's put the money to buy the cars.
But, just talking about effort and all of that sort of stuff, I've got to say to you, thank you for, that looks like, what service station are you there in Cradock? Is it the
Shell
red and yellow one?
The
Shell garage
that
in
one,
Cradock.
yeah.
So there we have Trevor Bland on his way to PE to test. We've just spoken to Ross Branch from Botswana, and we've got Andrew in the parks. Oh my God. And how are the parks tonight, Andrew?
Lovely. There were lots.
Right, you've got some questions for. Clearly, there's lots of interest from the global audience that we have for Trevor. What are the guys saying?
Well, I've got a question, Trevor. What's this? All these cancellations. What's the impact like on your business at the moment? Because that's not good for somebody that preps cars and so on. It's not easy. Anybody involved in this industry, it's not easy.
Andrew, it really is challenging at the moment. Look, obviously, I think what the country's done is the right thing, but it is challenging on our side. The biggest concern is I was fortunate enough that I had no clashes this year with my rally program that I look after, my circuit racing. I had no clashes. Now I'm a little bit sketchy that there might be. But it affects us massively. That's why when we heard this weekend was cancelled and Paul said, well, why don't you go down and go test? We jumped at the idea. Obviously, we can still get customers in the cars. We can still run the cars. It's still work for us, and a lot of people are all just trying to hold back and being conservative. But, CB racing on. We're doing our thing. My rally project's still carrying on. We're meant to have rally next. That's unfortunately also been postponed. So my guys are at the shop. I think my guys are still working now, getting the rally cars ready. So we're going to use next week, Friday, as a full-on rally test. So we're still going to go there. Got both my cars going. We're going to carry on as we have to. But unfortunately, it does put a big hinder on my business. But we've got to do what we've got to do and don't stop. We're just going to carry on pushing and keep my customers in their cars. That's what they want to do, and that's the most important part.
I think the biggest thing, Trevor, sorry to interrupt you, Andrew, there's a minuscule delay. We need a system of lights that go on so that we know whose turn it is to talk. Or should we have a conch? The attitude that you've got, Trevor, of just wanting to keep going and do what you have to do, that non-defeatist attitude, kind of that you display now, kind of flows back, and we see that in the rallies that I've been with on you, and you've had a bit of poo hitting the fan, and it's basically get in and do the shit that you need to do to get to the win. And I think that's. I just want to say well done on that and keep that attitude up. But can we go to Cara Hill? Because I think you've got an 18-year-old lady who has shown remarkable flashes of talent. She's got some speed. She hasn't got a lot of experience. and she's not having a run of luck at the moment. And is you going to get her in the car this weekend and just get her running again?
Most definitely. Unfortunately, last weekend at Swartkop, she had a horrid weekend. She showed good pace and she's made massive improvements. And I see massive potential in this young lady. She is so determined. She wants to be in the car as often as possible. But as I said, so last weekend at Swartkop, she had a horrid luck. She wasn't far off the pace. I think she was like 0.8 off or so, which in Polo Cup is a bit of a way, but she's not giving up. So she had.
But hold on, there were some names. There were some names around her, even though she was 0.8 off. Sort of 2 or 3 places above her, there were some proper names with mega experience, international experience, and guys with 2 or 3 years in Polo Cup. So that's not too shabby.
Well, exactly, and that just shows how putting a Polo Cup is, and it also shows how much she's improved as well. And unfortunately, she made a big mistake in quali, which cost her quite a bit. I think she would have been quite a way further up on the grid. But still, I mean, for her, with very little racing experience, to be mixing it up with the likes of Keegan Campos, Chris Shorter, Stuart White, man, she's done so good, and I'm so proud of the girl. But that's why I say we're coming down to PE this weekend. I'll put her bum back in the seat as quick as possible after a bit of a nasty confidence up, and she's not giving up. I'm not giving up on her, and we're just going to keep pushing. We've all been through this unfortunate school fees phase in motorsports. We've all paid our school fees, and that's where she's at the moment. But I'm not giving up on her, and she's going to come out strong. And I don't think there's a lot of people watching her, and watch this space.
Now, the car that you're taking down is the GTI, the Polo GTI or Polo, whatever. I never know which one it is. That Fast 1800 Turbo Polo that you had built and developed for the SA Endurance Series. And that was looking like this weekend, it was going to be an unbelievable race in PE, huge entry. Tony Martin's backdraft class really rocking and rolling. Our own, Raceday's own, Andrew Horn ready to go. So in the absence of this race, yeah, well, you can go and bloody burn it again, get your car ready and make it faster. So the point I was trying to make is that in the endurance race, you've got so much time on the Friday and the Saturday, seat time, that is invaluable for a driver.
Well, that's the thing, and that's why when we heard the weekend was cancelled, we were so bummed. So we're like, well, everything's done, guys. We've got accommodation. We've made the plans. Let's go. So I know Paul and the guys from Stodale have hired the circuit for Friday and Saturday. So, you know what? Let's go use it. Let's go use as much time as we can. I'll hopefully go out, and if Kara's not quicker than me, I'll set a reference lap for her, and then she can just try and push and keep working. And to be honest, we came down to PE, I think it was in November for the PE 3 hour. And she was within like 2 or 3 tenths of me, lap after lap after lap, and I was so impressed with her. So she's not quicker than me. First lap.
Trevor, was she within 2 tenths because she's so quick, or you a little bit slow when you're getting old?
Colin, this is live, is it not? Let's not be ugly. No, she's really good. She's really good, right. And she's adapting nicely, and she's working it out, which is nice. I was pushing, I promise you, because I'm so scared to push, and then she catches.
It's always lekker to see a driver on the curve up, and when the things start clicking and the cogs start clicking, and just the joy and the love they have of driving as the speed comes. It's a lovely growth phase.
No, it is, Colin. You know, we do. Kara and I do quite a bit of sim work as well. We play on the simulator quite a bit, and she keeps throwing it in my face. The last time I was with her, she actually beat me on the simulator, and I never live it down. And that shows her improvement. And yeah, that she'll be there. I have all the faith in the world in her, and it's going to be good to have another really young, talented female driver in the country.
I love that stuff. Andrew, what you got for us?
Trev, I've got a question from Ruben van Niekerk, wanting to know, are there any plans for W for the winner of the Polo Cup Series to sort of get a deal to do a Super Polo season or something like that?
Andrew, I have no idea. Unfortunately, I can't speak on Volkswagen's behalf. Nothing's been said as yet. I personally
Okay.
think Volkswagen was waiting to see how popular Super Cup or Super Polo is going to be, and I think they've actually all of us are surprised that it's gone so well. We've built 11 cars. We haven't even had the first race, and all 11 are sold. So
And there's
I
a
wouldn't
waiting
be
list for
surprised.
guys wanting more.
Yeah, well, we had the race meeting at Zwartkops, and we had one car on display outside the Volkswagen Driver Academy, and there was so much interest in just that one car. I think I must have been stopped 6 times. People asking, "What is this? Where can we get? How much are they? What power does it make?" And I think that's what's important. And as I say, they haven't even raced it, and there's already so much interest. Once they race, and then people hear them, and they can see them, and how awesome and mean they look, it's going to be insane.
Can I ask a controversial question? And that is, do you think they'll be quicker? Do you think they'll, with development in time, do you think they'll be quicker than the current GTC cars?
Honestly, I think the short circuits, the Zwartkops and the PE, I do think there's going to be some slower GT1 drivers that are going to be moved out of the way. I really do think so. The short circuits especially. And
Interesting.
yeah, let me just leave it at that. Let me leave it at that. But yeah, I do definitely think so.
It's a question that I think everybody's been wanting to ask, and that we're all thinking and wondering and umming and ahhing. So, I don't feel too bad about asking.
Yeah. No, well, exactly. Look, the cars are quick. We know Michael Stevens drove the test car last year and showed at Red Star how quick it was. There was a certain a black car that was in the way of him for almost the whole of the second race. And so I can see good things coming.
Awesome.
Moving away from the Super Polo and the Super GDC class, rallying is coming up, and at the end of the production of these 11 cars down in Volkswagen, they switched immediately to the Polo Vivo GT rally cars. There are a couple of them on their way. Now, next weekend, not this one coming, but the weekend after that, was supposed to be a rally, and then the weekend after that was the Caledon SA Cross Country Series. So my question to you on the rally cars, you run RC Portgeta in the Polo. You've done a lot of development on that car and sorted out its bumper issues?
Yeah, we have. So over December, we changed. You can't see it from the outside. The bumper's still standard. If anyone's going to start crying about it, there's no hole in the front bumper. So just relax. But yeah, the car still had a few little temperature issues. We've done quite a bit of work on it. We've done some testing, and it seems to be better. And as I said to you the last time, every time we get in that car, it's getting better and better and better. And yeah, this season, I think this year, the rally is going to be very interesting. Yeah, we're not working hard on the car to get it right. And yeah, I think it's going to be entertaining. George has also just got the 1000cc engine as well for his Polo. We haven't put it in the car yet. We're just working on the changes. But yeah, it's going to be really going to be good.
And of course, you run you've now got a 2-car team or you've had last year with Arcia and George in the Shield car. It's got to help on the economies of scale when you go to a rally, and at least you've got 2 cars to service, not sending 2 different crews. And so from a business point of view, motorsport's your business. We've got to go racing again.
Well, I live, breathe, smell, everything motorsport. It's what gets me going. So 2 cars is better. Obviously more would be even better. The more the better. For any motorsport, in fact, not just for my business. Anybody who's got cars sitting in the garage, come race, guys. That's what we're here to do. As much as you hate it because the car breaks, I promise you, when your bum's in the seat, you're gonna love it again. But yeah,
take it to Trevor Bland Racing. They'll make it faster and better and more reliable.
You can work a bit on the reliability and have it Jordan. Just come racing. That's the whole idea. Not everything's about winning. Winning is lacquer, but obviously having fun and having a good weekend. That's the whole idea about it. And yeah, as you said, two rally cars this year with George and Arcia. It's great. I know there's a lot of rally cars sitting in garages that need to come rallying. But also there's some big change in rallying this year. They've got a new tyre sponsor. The new tyre seems to be a lot more durable. So we're not going to be using as many tyres. So yeah, it's looking good. They got a nice tyre spot, a nice big lump sum of money from the tyre manufacturer. So
That's
really was struggling,
MRT
but the guys
tires.
are.
MRF
That
tires.
is correct. MRF.
MRF. Yeah.
MRF.
Jeez.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks
So yeah,
for
we've
correcting
tested
me,
them.
guys.
Yeah, I've calling it MRF, eh?
MRF. Yeah. Trevor, sorry,
Well,
I
yeah.
interrupted again. Sorry about that. I'm learning.
That's all good. No, so yeah, rally's looking good. The guys behind the scenes are working at rallying up and going. It is a bit of an expensive sport, but it's so rewarding in the end when you sat in a car for 2 full days and you get to finish some tough rallies like Sabi Rally and the Caledon Rally. There's some tough rallies, and when you finish it, it's a nice achievement to say that you did it and you had a jewel. And so yeah, the more the merrier.
Awesome.
Well, now that you mentioned rally, we've actually got Mark Cronier that's just joined us. I bet there's somebody missing rallying if there ever was. How's it, Mark?
But hold
Yeah,
on,
for
Mark
sure.
has still got access to, I think, a Ford. And now those cars, anything can score points towards a championship. So, Mark, there's a challenge to you. Bring a car and rally again.
I know Mark's missing it. I know it's itching him, but he must come. Yeah, that's a cool thing. Really, the whole league's changed this year, so you can have. I think there's a couple of old S2000s that are coming back to have a race again, and it's really going to be awesome. I think to hear the sound of those S2000s is just unbelievable. So I think there's 4 of them this year, so might be 5 more. But yeah, come back and have a draw.
Come on, bring that car. And anybody else who's got a rally car lurking, there is no excuse, absolutely bugger all excuse not to race. So go and see someone like Trevor. There are many other good guys around who can get things sorted out. But Trevor, we've delayed your journey to the Bay, the prettiest place in the world where the wind doesn't blow. They say it's the friendly city. They're very nice there. Trevor, thank you very much to you and your crew who's keeping you fit and on track for delaying your journey and sharing
And my
fun with
camera
us.
lady,
Thanks,
holding the cell phone to get a light. My camera lady's arm's getting tired. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening. Thanks so much. And we'll see you all trackside or sandside.
Yeah, we'll be close to petrol and noise soon. Thanks, Trev. Cheers. Drive safe.
Trev.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, guys. Ciao. Ciao.
Andrew, how's that attitude of a guy whose business is a little bit affected, but everybody is affected. Let's not bloody get hung up on that. But the can-do attitude of bugger that, let's go and make shit happen. And I think that's kind of an attitude that South Africa got, and we'll get through there. We've got a couple of months, and can you imagine the second half of this year? It's going to be 6 months of racing every weekend. Going to love it.
It's going to be great. I mean, I'm disappointed about the endurance race this weekend. Sparky Bright's actually watching on YouTube. So how's it, Sparky? I'm sorry I'm not going to see you this weekend because there's also somebody that's got a can-do, passionate attitude, and I love going to PE to race with him.
And the races they put on in PE are brilliant. I was really looking forward to that endurance race as well. It's a great, great series.
It's going to be moved to the 15th of August.
Oh, that sounds like a cross-country race weekend. But I suppose that's what we got to have, eh? We're going to have clashes.
Yeah. Better than no racing at all.
So we didn't. Yeah, Kerry. Sorry, Andrew.
Just on the rally topic still, before I forget, Menno Havilar's come through and said Tay Perry is doing the Sonora Rally this week, and we did know about that one. On the second stage, she's finished P7 on the stage, and she's lying 7th overall, which I think is massive.
Well, it's massive for a tiny girl. I think that she's kind of like a midget. She's even shorter than you, Andrew, but she is super talented, super quick, and also has an attitude of never, ever give up. I really, really love that about her.
Yeah, me too. I think it's great.
So we haven't got a lot of racing with cars, but there's been some massive iRacing and virtual racing and sim racing on the go at the moment. I saw Lando Norris and Max Verstappen were doing some drafting toner on one of the iRacing things, and it went horribly wrong. Basically, Norris punted Verstappen into the sticks. I mean, into the wall. Lovely stuff. So. To all of you who are desperate to watch racing, there's a lot of virtual racing around at the moment. Do yourself a favor, have a look around it. And Andrew, anything else from your side?
Well, just on the sim racing thing, I think Gran Turismo Sport has their manufacturers championship race tonight. So if anybody's bored and lonely, I'm sure there are loads of people streaming that on YouTube. Super GT and Dave Perrell, Coach Dave on YouTube.
Yeah, Coach Dave.
They'll be involved. Dave's videos are great on the sim racing. Gives you a lot of insight into stuff. So yeah, if you guys are got petrol through your veins and looking for something to do, definitely go and have a look at that. It's worthwhile.
Also, go and have a look at Coach Dave's on-car analysis of some of the Blancpain races from last year. Very interesting how he talked through the what's in his head and how it translates onto the track. So this is the time of YouTube. The age is upon us.
But we aren't allowed to drink beer together or anything, so we may as well watch YouTube and drink beer alone, eh?
Well, I'm not allowed to drink beer at home. Apparently it's not a good sign. But anyway, be that as it may. On that note, Andrew, thank you very much for looking after the questions from the viewers and your input. Really enjoy working with you. Look after the parks and look after that new Royale or the chassis that looks brand new that came back from the panel beaters today, or the powder coaters. To the team somewhere in the ether, to Hank, and thank you very much for adding to the voices in my head. It is invaluable. And to you who's joined us to watch, thank you so much for your time. Be safe, be lekker. And remember, if it sucks, blows, bangs, and sparks, whatever that is, if it's got petrol and tires, we love it. Be safe, be lekker. See you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.